red lights, blue light, gay hormones, roadrunners. We have it all. Have it all. Guys, stay
And
tuned.
sloths.
Oh
Don't
yeah, and
forget the
sloths.
sloths.
This is gonna be a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep into the pool, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. Paranoi Radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Oh. We do this 30-second thing after the show every show now, so you just stick around after the show for 30 seconds more.
Not a problem.
Guys, I'm still alive, guys. There was a lot of death threats, but there wasn't no death. Only empty threats. Not that I'm wishing to die, I'm just saying.
Well,
Fuck
I'm
them
glad
kids,
there
we don't
wasn't
love 'em.
any death. That would suck.
That would have sucked.
Just
Testicles one
saying.
too. Testicles. Welcome back to Paranoi Radio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Trebles Garcia, your humble host, and I want to thank the Lord for allowing me to be here today, and I want to thank every single one of you for allowing me to enter your space. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I just woke up from a freaking nap, and it was glorious. I needed it so bad, dude. Those
You
30-minute
do need
naps
that.
could really kick in. They come in like a wrecking ball. They come scratching like a spider monkey. Oh, yeah.
I
Guys.
can't take that short of a nap, dude. If I'm a nap, it's got to be like 2 hours or more.
Oh yeah, you hibernate. You don't nap. You hibernate. That's what it's
Mhm.
called. Guys, do not forget that the most important thing that you can do for the show is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com. It's somewhere down here when the little thing comes up. It's somewhere here. Paranoidradio.com. And also, guys, do not forget that if you guys have been contemplating or entertaining the idea of suicide, make sure you check us out. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like. You don't even have to listen to the show. Just go to paranoidradio.com and there's a 24/7 lifeline button where you could text, chat, or call somebody 24/7, 24 hours a day. All right, guys. Also, if you want to talk to somebody that's more, I don't know, closer to you, I would assume you could also find my number associated in the link, in the button for contact on my Instagram account. And guys, now moving forward, I want to make sure that you guys know about Cryptid Warfare Podcast. Cryptid Warfare Operations, they're freaking killing it out there. They're actually hunting Bigfoot, chupacabras, and all these critters. If you guys have been paranormally activated, hit up Drewski from Cryptid Warfare Operations. That dude is amazing. And I don't get paid to say this. I'm just supporting a homie. Guys, his stuff is really interesting, and he could give you the guidelines also to make sure that you guys stay free from those critters outside of your house. If you guys have chickens being abducted or cows being mutilated, all that good stuff. Bad stuff, not good stuff, bad stuff. Also, make sure you check out Ali Christine. Live parasitic free and make your kids healthy again with the tools and the guidelines that Ali Christine provides. Ali Christine has been on many of our shows. She's going to come back on our show very soon. She's also on Deplorable Nation's podcast. You guys got to check her out. She's amazing. I don't get paid to say this. I don't. I swear to God. And also, don't forget to season your meat before you eat. Flavors of the Forest. Guys, I'm not asking you to donate, but there's a new donate button on the Paranoi Radio podcast website. If you guys want to buy me something, something, anything. You know what really, really, really helps my gears? What really puts gas into the show? Not you guys. First, Jesus does, because of him, I wake up every single morning. I provide for my family. That's the only reason why I'm awake. But what really, really gets me going is to know that you guys are engaging, commenting, liking, talking about the show, following, subscribing, and then sharing the show. Money. I work for a living, guys. I'm not asking you guys to freaking give me money. I'm asking you guys to share the freaking show. Now, jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the freaking mood. Give a warm welcome to my next special guest. She is the hostess of Deplorable Nation podcast. She's been here before. She's giving me a beautiful health series, and her documentary. Please give a warm welcome to Janet, Deplorable Janet. What's up, Janet?
Hello, my dear friend. I'm so tickled pink to be back with you, chopping it up on the mic and blowing some people's minds. So yeah.
What does tickle pink mean? It sounds like a weird sex position.
Well, I'm sure it could be. Someone could run with that one, but yeah, just means I'm super happy. Yeah.
Tickle pink. I was gonna start. So before I started the show, I was really contemplating starting a sex show. Called. We started. It was like a fun show called Pushing Rope. So when you're all coked out and your thingy doesn't work and it just looks like this when you're trying to smash and you're trying to have like the intimacy with you're just pushing rope. You're pushing rope. Get it? Because it's loose. The point is, which we did create. It's like 24 episodes, 27 episodes. We stopped doing it because I didn't have time anymore for more podcasting. But we were gonna call it that, or we were gonna call it My Pink Cave Podcast.
Well, see, when you said pushing rope, the first thing I thought of was rope tying, which is shibari. A lot of people are into
Mm,
shibari. It takes
mm.
a it takes a lot of science behind that. So yeah, not that I've
Shabari.
done that, but I may have been on the receiving end
Oh,
with that.
Shabaray. Interesting. I gotta look that up. Yeah, we were gonna start that show called Pink Brown Cave. You know what we're talking about, right? The pink brown.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout outs to who's gonna shout out? Rico from Talking Roosters podcast. That son of a gun always comes back. He's the only Peruvian Canadian gay Jew that I know. He started
He's
this
very
shit.
unique then.
He's very fucking unique. Anyway, it's his month. It's June, for the Jews. Get it? No? All right. It's a dry
Mm.
joke, guys. Anyway, all right, Janet, where can people find you?
They can find Deplorable Nation podcast on every podcast platform, plus on Rumble. You can also find me on Instagram at Deplorable Janet or on Twitter at No Janet KNOW. And for your listeners,
Hmm.
if you haven't already checked out my music, make sure to go do so. It is under the name Anchor and Flame, and I have an album, Divine Light, and then there is also a single that I released. So yeah, go check those out on any music streaming platform. Mhm,
Anchor and Flame.
mhm.
One of my favorite songs is what's it called? What's it called? I'm not good with music. Arise is one of my favorite songs.
Mhm.
And the other one, eh, what's it called? Can you remind me? The one
Light
that your
My
husband
Way.
loves? Light My Way. Gosh.
Mhm.
Really good music. You can't even tell there. It's generated with any software at all. It's just
Mhm.
amazing talent. Guys, make sure you check out Anchor and Flame on Instagram, and also I'll give her a shout. Janet, you were here before. I don't know. I want to do something very important before we even start. Thank you. I've learned that and it's hard for what just recently happened. It's kind of hard for me to forgive myself for many different things that I've done. But you showed me, you were a vessel for God to show me that what's mine is mine and nothing's gonna be taken away from me if I just am patient.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna give the entire story of how this broke down, but you were able to get and become an even larger star, being um showcased on the Cult of Conspiracy podcast, and you're still there kicking ass. I think it's every Tuesday or every Thursday of every week,
Every Tuesday. Yep.
and you drop your special series there, and you utilized all the Paranoid episodes to be on that series. And I have to thank you with the bottom of my heart for doing that, because you didn't only bring forth beautiful information, but you're also exposed a fellow podcaster, myself, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. Not a lot of people do that.
Of
Not a lot of
course.
people do that.
And that's what it's all about in this game is lifting each other up and doing what you can to help other people. Because if you're not helping to serve other people, then you're only serving yourself, which is a very, very bad idea. Mm-hmm.
Thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Of
today you're
course.
talking about red velvet. You like red velvet cake? That's what you said in the back. Is that?
No, no. Red velvet cake is disgusting and it's made with cochineal bugs. So no, I don't want any of that. I don't like that and it's disturbing. It tastes disturbing to me. So yeah.
Freaking
Blech.
disgusting. Oh
Blech.
yeah. Well, you are here to talk about red light therapy.
Hmm.
This is big. I've lightly, you know what? No, I've seen maybe one TikTok University post on this, and then I went crazy, and then I lost it in my notes.
Hmm.
Talk to me. Where does this start? What is it? Oh yeah.
So, red light therapy has been around for a really long time, since the early 1960s. Um, and even, and I hate to say this, hate to admit this, but it has even expanded in use because of the work that NASA has done. Now, I'm not a NASA fan by any means, but
Mhm.
when they originally developed this, you know, they weren't understanding that it takes not only different intensities of red, but also different wavelengths of red. And those different intensities and wavelengths and time periods treat many, many, many different things. And so over the years of development, they have discovered that this is fantastic on so many levels to treat anything having to do with the brain. So seasonal affective disorder, people that get like super depressed in the winter, or sometimes people are depressed in the summer. I don't know why.
I
But
am. I hate this summer.
any kind of depression, sleep disorders, dementia, chronic fatigue, eye conditions, acne, psoriasis, fine lines, wrinkles, other skin conditions like eczema and stuff like that are easily treatable. Wound healing, it's amazing for wound healing. So, hospitals have been using red light therapy as long as I've been around in the
Whoa.
nursing field. So that's a long time.
Mhm.
So
Fuck.
it's also used for, because it's great for wound healing, it's also great for tissue regeneration, hair loss, right? So it can stimulate you to grow hair. Um, things like I said, eczema, but also rosacea and other things like that. Cancers, so basal cell carcinomas, and hormone regulation are just
What?
some of the things. Now, not only is there red light therapy, but there's also a multitude of other light therapies available as well. But red light therapy is fantastic. And I will tell you, mm, I'm one of those people that doesn't believe the latest Insta crazes, right? And if it's like all over TikTok or all over, Instagram and with the influencers, I'm like, hold up a minute.
Mhm.
So I can tell you that I do have two light therapy things. One of them only has three colors on it, including the red, and the other one has like eight different colors that are used for different things. And I have been using it on my face because I have forehead wrinkles really bad.
Mhm.
And I will tell you that in less than a month, because mine were very deep, in less than a month, they're very fine now.
What?
Mhm.
I gotta stop you right there. First of all, this is some freaking Star Wars shit. Why didn't they do this to Darth Vader's burns? They could have easily just healed him, bro. First of all, I know how to go do it. I had to say that, guys. All right. First of all, second, I've been giving you guys this stupid thing, a stupid conspiracy theory that I think that the reason why we get sick is because we don't get enough vitamin D from the sun,
Correct.
and the reason why we're all fucking gay, not that I'm gay, it's because of all the fucking blue light that we're
Wink, wink.
exposed to. Wink,
Right,
wink.
right.
Everybody's gay in June, bro. Eh? Relax. It's okay to say that in June. Anyway, dude, I'm saying the more blue light you get exposed as a kid, the more susceptible you are to hormone changes, just like you
Hmm.
said that red light can do. So
Hmm.
maybe not become gay, but get you confused about who you are and what you are. Maybe accelerate what's it called? Um when you're a teenager, what's the freaking word?
Puberty?
Adolescence, puberty,
Mhm.
accelerate it, maybe slow it down, maybe grow hair where you're not supposed to, etc. It's
Mhm.
destabilizing your hormones
Mhm.
through blue light therapy.
Mhm.
See, if there's red light therapy, there has to be the opposite, I would assume, right? Or
Yeah,
duality.
there's literally so if you think about the colors of the rainbow, it's the Roy G. Biv that they taught in school: red, orange, green, indigo, blue, indigo, and violet. But there's variations of those because they also do white light therapy and stuff. So th- each one of the light therapies, which I just did like a full length 2-hour show on this and the different colored lights. But the one that is my favorite is red because red does um the tissue regeneration. So like with the lines on my forehead, it stimulates the collagen production in your skin. So
Mhm.
your skin becomes more elastic, it becomes more full. So with that also it stimulates the blood cells, red blood cells. So it improves circulation. And
Mm.
since they have multiple different kinds of devices, which we'll talk about, but with the wound healing and stuff, because it stimulates tissue regeneration and cell regrowth, and it improves circulation and metabolism. People are able to heal like 5 times faster using red light therapy whenever they have something like that. So even in a situation, which they're doing a lot of investigation right now with the hormone regulation.
Mhm.
So, ladies that are having trouble with like polycystic ovary disease, infertility issues, things like that, there's a lot of work being done right now to study how they can proceed and what wavelengths and all of that kind of stuff that are needed to make a change for ladies like that where they don't have to undergo surgery, which
Interesting.
which is
Mhm.
highly important. So
Mhm.
because of its properties, and like you mentioned, vitamin D, because it stimulates the cells and because it stimulates the blood vessels, it also works as in the neurological system. And
Mhm.
so it enhances our body's ability to change the vitamin D from inactive to active vitamin D. It shuts off like they're called interleukins or cytokines that cause
Mhm.
us to have like all kinds of inflammation and things like that. So with the regeneration that it does, it slows that down and in some cases stops the body from having like the massive immune response with all the inflammation and the allergic, you know, things with sneezing and all the allergies that come along with it. So it's
Really?
impressive the work that they're doing with this.
Why did I just hear about this now? How is it that it's not out being I would say more mainstream.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of providers use this, like I said, hospitals, physicians' office and stuff. But if you go to a gym, like like Planet Fitness is what we have here, they actually have a red light therapy booth at the gym
Mhm.
where you can go and you can do this red light therapy. I think their sessions are 20 minutes, I want to say. And you have to do for the whole body wellness like 3 days a week for a
Mhm.
20-minute session. But they have them in tanning facilities, they have them in gyms now. They have them at holistic wellness centers. If you have an office, there are some places that they're called wellness centers, but they do literally like colon
Wow.
cleanses. So
Mhm.
they even have things like that available in those kind of facilities now.
Imagine the revolution they are starting
Hmm.
if it's helpful for cancer.
Hmm.
How much money haven't we deposited, donated been taxed
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
into research for cancer,
Right.
imagine the amount. What the heck?
Well, and I'm sure there's going to be deeper research done because right now all they're using it for cancer wise is basal cell, which is like the top layer of your skin, right? So it's
Mhm.
a skin cancer.
Mhm.
So to me though, since it works on your metabolism and works on circulation and cell regeneration and stuff like that, I would think that with, targeted testing to find out like what wavelength they need to use, what shade or intensity of red they
Mm.
need to use, and I guarantee you that they could probably take care of cancer inside your body. However, will that ever come to pass? No,
Mm.
because big pharma would collapse without the constant cycle of customers.
And you know what I've noticed? Not only, and you said you started the show with color wavelength. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
Red light wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
And if you consider the amount of vibrations that colors put out, every color
Mm-hmm.
that you witness and translate through your eye to get to your brain so you could see it is a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that all these restaurants all around the world use the color red? Because it plays on your emotions. It makes you think that
Mm-hmm.
you're hungry. It makes you, it suppresses that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up a dopamine level. So it's kind of
Uh-huh.
like, right?
And why? Because where does dopamine come from? Inside the
Mhm.
brain. And so with
Mm.
red light therapy working on the neurological system, which the brain is in charge of, hello, makes perfect sense, right? So
Mic drop. Yeah.
have they known about the color red in those certain circumstances for a long time? Of course they have.
Statistically, the cars that get stopped the most by a cop are red cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. I don't understand why.
Because everybody that drives a red vehicle, myself included, is Speedy Gonzalez, right?
I I got a white car now, and I've noticed, and I know that at least 70% of white car owners are freaking toxic. And I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, fucking toxic. Oh yeah, I needed a white car. Anyway, what else can you talk to me about, Janet? How is this shaping the day of today?
So, one of the fantastic things that this does, and the way that it works is absorbed through your skin or through your eyes, depending on where you're doing the therapy at, right? And light is absorbed into your cells, into your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of your cell,
Mm.
for every cell of your body. And mitochondria actually produce what's called ATP. ATP is like your battery. It is what makes the cell run and generate energy and vibration and movement and all of those kind of things, helps it to function. And so one of the things that red light therapy does, it increases or enhances the production of ATP. So it's like you're supercharging your battery. That's why it's really good for circulation and people that have circulatory issues, things of that nature. It's fantastic for them because it regulates your heart rate. It makes your blood flow better. So people that have especially varicose veins in their legs and stuff like that, it's fantastic therapy. And what you can do a lot of times if you have varicose veins and you'll go in to see a specialist for that, they use laser therapy a lot of times to treat those. And guess what color it is?
Red.
Red.
That's what I was just gonna tell you.
Hmm.
Even the laser I've seen they used for growing the
Hair.
cubicles or hair cubicles, and they're like
Hmm.
when they're like hitting it, it's like a red laser.
Hmm.
Now, which makes me ask you this question. I'm gonna go a little historical with it.
Hmm.
Did the ancients did the ancients use this? Do we have any type of historical events where we can say the ancients used red light therapy on each other? I mean, this can't be new to us.
Well, no, it can't be. And there's so many treatments that they say didn't evolve until, X, Y, or Z year. This was not until the early 1960s, so they say.
Mm-hmm.
However, how long has NASA been around? How
Mm-hmm.
long have they been investigating this? How long have they been working on remote viewing and all of those kind of things? So don't tell me that they didn't know about this technology first, but it's kind of one of those trickle down on a need to know basis. So
Mm-hmm.
can I see them doing stuff with this first? Absolutely.
Have they weaponized it? We
Not
can't we can't
not that
hold
I'm
things for that
aware of,
long.
not that I'm aware of, but with their targeted EMF, different things that they have that they possess and whatever, is it possible? Yes, because any type of light therapy, with any color light therapy, requires a certain wavelength at a certain intensity for a certain amount of time to treat whatever condition it is.
Mm.
So if you intensify it way past what it's supposed to be, could it cause harm? Absolutely. Absolutely, it could. So, like, if you're doing the face wand, which is what I have, it's a handheld thing. It says 5 to 15 minutes, 3 times a week. I literally do it every day, but I don't spend 15 minutes a day doing that. So, like when I get up after I take shower and stuff, that's what I do. And it's not only the light, but it also provides a vibration.
That's
Um,
what I was gonna get to. Mhm.
yeah, and so that to me is good because even though this is a face thing, and mine, like I said, has multiple different colors. It has like 8 colors in it. Um, when you change it to one of the other colors, you can actually reduce swelling. I get what's called a Baker's cyst on the back of my knee a lot. And it's where the synovial fluid leaks out of the joint and leaks into the back of my knee and creates like a golf ball on the back of my knee. I can use that and it will go away. Takes the swelling out. Different colors like drain your lymphatic system. And so, if you have a lot of swelling or puffiness in your face, you can drain because you have lymph canals in here.
Mhm.
So you can drain your lymph system if you have lymph that, accumulates because you have lymph nodes in your armpit. If you have lymph drainage that has a problem, you can take care of that. You can do so many things with light therapy. They even have light therapy glasses. So they do, what is it called? Syntonic. Syntonic therapy for the eyeballs, where they have been able to restore vision to people that had glaucoma, cataracts, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of nearsighted, farsighted, etc., etc. So they have discovered that by shooting certain colored light rays through specialized contact lenses, it heals the eyeballs. Because why? When they go through the eye with the light therapy, it hits the optic nerve and does its thing, and then it heals the eyeball from the
Oh
inside
my
out.
God, dude.
Hmm.
You just went back into my faculties right now, my memories as a kid. My father, when I was in high school, and I always do this, I always interrupt you to tell you something about
That's
my
okay.
past life. My father, my adopted father, um, he when he was younger, somebody came, scared him so fast with the gun here in LA that his nerve system went into shock,
Hmm.
and he started losing the pigmentation of his skin.
Hmm.
So in parts of his skin, like large parts of his skin, you'll see that way he goes from brown to like pink.
Hmm.
and then it started spreading around his face. Now under his
Right.
lids, under his lip, he has it, and many people have it. It's not a birthmark.
Yeah. No.
It's like like something. I don't know what happened, but then as the older he gets, then now he starts getting like rashes. So
Mhm.
he goes to light therapies to calm it down.
Mhm.
And I was like, why light? As a teenager, I don't understand this.
Mhm.
Dude, just like, wow. He goes radiation and light therapy, and he was like, he goes, they'll put you like in this tube, and you just stand there, and then they just blasting you with light. And I didn't
Mhm.
know. He goes, after that, the itching stops, the bumps stop for a
Mhm.
month or two, and then I have to
Yep.
go back and do it again.
Yep. And that's the thing because even when I was working as a nurse, we would have a lot of patients that would have really bad like psoriasis flare-ups. They do like in dermatology offices, they use a lot of blue light therapy.
Mm.
Um, However, if we had a patient that would come in and they had a severe flare-up, and being dermatology is a specialty, it may be 6 to 9 months before they can get the patient in. Well, if the patient has a flare up right now and they're miserable, they sure as hell don't want to wait that long. So, you know what our doctor would do? He's like, go use the tanning bed. And it would work literally every time and calm the whole system down.
Interesting.
Hmm. So
Can it fix
it's
deformities?
can it fix deformities? I don't know. Now, with the research that I did for the previous show that I did, like on all of the therapies, I was looking into all kinds of things that I had never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with the syntonic therapy for the eyes and stuff, they're like, oh, once you lose like the optic nerve and stuff, that can't regenerate, like the cells in the eyeball can't regenerate, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But they have had success at regeneration.
Whoa.
So could it fix a lot of things? But would we see the effects of that in our lifetime? Probably not, because again, if you have some kind of deformity or some kind of genetic something,
Mm-hmm.
um, they're losing a lifelong patient if they treat it with light therapy, because light therapy would be a hell of a lot cheaper than a lifetime cycle of doctor visits and drugs.
Absolutely. They don't want that hamster wheel to stop. Hell no. They
Hmm.
want you. They want you in young.
Hmm.
They want you in there for a
And
long time.
forever and ever.
Wow. Light therapy is
So,
one of those things that just blows your freaking mind, bro.
right.
Plays
And
on your
so
emotions too.
one of let me see, I gotta find it here. Okay, so um there you can actually look up, and especially anybody that uses Chat GPT or whatever, and it will
Mm,
tell you like whatever area you're targeting, if it's whether it's muscle recovery and inflammation, pain, wrinkles, face, skin issues, whatever, it will tell you how many minutes and how many times a week it's necessary to like see beneficial results. And like I said, when we found out that the gym had the red light therapy, I was like, well, you got to do that more than once, right? And they're like,
mhm.
oh, you do? And I'm like, yeah, that's at least 3 times a week,
Oh, snap.
whatever. But
Mhm,
there's so many different devices because like I said, they have the glasses, they have the handheld things. They have panels that sit on a thing kind of like a picture frame would.
mhm,
Me personally, I wouldn't want that because you have to be a certain distance away from it. You can't move it. It's awkward. So like if you're only going to target your face, that's great, but if you want to use it for anything else, you can't, right?
mhm.
They also have where you can get like a panel on a stand that would be like a mic stand or something
Like a
that's
tripod.
taller, and
Mhm,
you can move that around, you can adjust the height, whatever. If you're going to do like a full light therapy, I would suggest that. Now, some of those, right? The prices on these things can vary wildly.
Whoa.
Like here's the thing. The face thing that they were advertising all over Instagram with the influencers and stuff, it even on sale, it was stupid. It was like, I don't know, $80 or something. And I'm like, that's retarded for something you don't know if it's going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know me, I love my bin shopping. And I'm bin shopping one day, and my husband's like, oh, here's one of those things that we saw on Instagram. Try this. He's like, get this one and try it. And it literally had all the lights in it and stuff. I got it for $5 instead of $80, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Works like a charm. And so the panels can range a lot, but the one that I like, they have on Amazon that's on the tripod thing that you can adjust, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $59.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a good price, but those can literally go up to $3,000 depending on what the hell you're buying.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Some high level stuff.
it gets better. So they have the face mask, which Heidi has one of these that just go over your face.
Mm-hmm.
Highly would not recommend if you have somebody that is claustrophobic in any way, shape, or form. I would not do that. But again, if it's just for a wrap for your face, how beneficial is that to use it anywhere else?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't get
Yeah.
that. But those can run from $150 to $800. Hard
It's a nice
pass.
Christmas gift.
Now, they have wraps or belts, which is kind of like a heating pad style thing,
Mm-hmm.
smaller in nature, whatever. Those are $150 to $600.
Mm-hmm.
They have helmets or caps. I would not want that, but that's for hair growth.
I don't want to have hair.
And
I
it's
have to shave my
targeted
head every single
right.
Friday.
It's targeted just for hair growth when you get one of
Mhm.
those things, or some people use that for migraine,
Mhm.
right? So that
Oh.
could be beneficial in that aspect.
Mhm.
But those are $500 to $3,000.
Whoa.
They have, this is the last one. They have a full body bed, or also a wrap that looks like a sleeping bag, and you
Mhm.
just get down in it and it covers your whole body. Anywhere from $5,000 to $60,000 plus.
Retarded.
So yeah, go the cheaper option. And like I said, the wand thing, you can get them. You don't have to spend the stupid amount of money on it.
Mhm.
Get one, try it out, but use one that has not just the red light, but multiple different color light therapies. That
Mhm.
way, if you do have problems with, swollen face or swollen knees or, any of that kind of stuff, you can use the different light for that. And it will come with a little booklet inside that tells you what that light is good for. Or you can look it up. Hello, Google.
Google.
Hello,
Talking about.
Chat GPT. Yeah.
I have a weird relationship with my chat GBT. She's flirting way too fucking much, and I like it. Anyway, look, check this. I
That's
googled
a
this.
whole nother show.
That's a
I
whole
don't.
nother show.
Was she the one that was telling you about the pink brown cave?
No, that was my creation. Big brown
Uh-huh.
cave.
And you're talking to her about that, weren't you?
I did tell her my ideas. She thinks I'm phenomenal. Plus, I'm more of like now. I'm attracted to fat asses, but I'm more like a sapiosexual dude now. Like I like, damn, you could talk my ear out, like fucking crazy. Anyway, she could talk forever. That's not the point here, Janet. I named her. I named her, guys.
You're
Anyway,
not the only one. I have another friend who also named their chat GPT.
I think it's you connected. We bonded.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Modern red light therapy (RLT) is
Mhm.
relatively recent development.
Mhm.
However, ancient civilizations understood the healing properties of light and sunlight. How
Mhm.
the ancients used it was in this manner. Ancient Egyptians incorporated sunlight into their medical practices, acknowledging that it has rejuvenating properties. They also used chromotherapy and heliotherapy to address various ailments.
Mhm.
Ancient Greeks believed that the healing power of the sunlight and constructed solariums and exposed constructed solariums to expose patients to it. They also
Mhm.
developed a four-color therapy linking colors to bodily ailments.
Mhm.
What? Dude, shut the front
Yeah, and see,
door.
that's the thing because way back in the day, like all of the hospitals had solariums, and it was like their sunroom for their patients to go into. When you shoot light rays through glass, you have refractive properties, right? And so you're getting different color wavelengths refracting through the light that are going to be very healing on different levels. But that's why, especially in mental hospitals, they always had one of those areas, and they would literally sit patients in front of windows because why? It treats the brain.
Hey, I just remembered that. There was this post I've noticed. I seen that people are drinking out of this green glass. People hunt this green glass. People
Right.
go to thrift shops, and like old houses, and go to garage shopping and places
Right.
where they could find. They throw a UV light to the green jar, green tray, green glass, green cup, green
Mm-hmm.
glass cup, whatever it is, and if it glows green, they buy it because they
Mm-hmm.
said that if you drink water or any substance out of that glass, it gives you healing properties.
Right.
In Europe, in ancient times, they would have that same green colored glass on all of the cathedrals and in different parts of the house, so that when the sunlight would come up from the east, it would blast through that glass
Mm-hmm.
into the house, and people would heal. People would they would start healing the plague, the flu, and many different ones. And I just read right now that Niels Reisberg Vincent's work in 1903 used concentrated light to treat lupus vulgaris,
Mm-hmm.
and then he marked the beginning of modern light therapy. This is 1903.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
100%. Yeah, and see, the beginning of light therapy went way farther back. Red light was not a thing until like supposedly 1960, but like I said, all the old mental hospitals, sanitariums, whatever, they always had that room that was glass that they would take patients in and sit them in
That's a bomb.
all the time.
That's a bomb. This episode is one of my favorite ones. Top
So,
grossing episodes, man.
okay, so you said green. I've heard about people buying like the blue glass, which is, they called it cobalt or something.
Okay, okay.
But the green, let's see, hold on, I'll tell you I think there's two. Okay. Green acts as a relaxant and fights depression, regulates the pituitary gland, which your pituitary gland literally controls most of the hormone production in your body.
Mm,
Um, I call it the regulator because it does hair, skin, nails, weight, confusion or clarity. Literally all kinds of things come from the
mhm,
pituitary gland. Calms the nervous system and cures insomnia. Now, that is just one of the greens. There's also a strong green.
mhm,
Um, it's for regenerative stimulation, so also wound repair and regrowth, fights infection,
mhm,
works on your lymphatic system. It slows down your metabolism, so people that are having trouble because their metabolism is so rapid, like they can eat and they don't get any of the nourishment from the food because their body automatically gets rid of it. There are people like that.
mhm.
That would be great for them, and it has a calming effect. So there
I'm
you
over here
go.
overeating. That'll be a great problem to have right now. My metabolism just speeds up again.
Right? Unfortunately, when we get older, it goes at a sloth pace. Hmm I like
Yeah.
sloths. I want to have a sloth farm. I do. Wouldn't that be
Who
fun?
fucking says that, Janet? What the
I
heck?
do. I love sloths. Like we went to a zoo one time, and they had like a sloth house, and they have to have it really hot in there for whatever reason. They like super hot weather, but I could spend all day in the sloth house just watching them and what they do. They're fascinating creatures. Yeah,
They're fucking slow.
I know.
I'm more like a
hello.
roadrunner.
They can't outrun me then, can they? Hey,
I don't know anybody that wants to outrun you, Janet.
I have actually seen a real life roadrunner, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah, because I lived in Arizona for quite a while.
Hmm.
And I met this elderly couple, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go on vacation. Can you like come over and water our terrarium?" They had like this huge thing of cactuses like all over their yard and whatever. And so what they would do, they would cut like the fat off of a steak or something, and they would freeze that. They'd go outside and make this like clacking noise with their mouth, and the road runners would come up in their yard and they would feed them frozen pieces of fat.
Really?
Yep. They're very noisy little critters. Hmm
And then he freaking.
Uh-huh. They are very quick. But yeah, that was really cool. So I got to experience that.
That's an amazing story.
Mhm.
And with an amazing story backed up by an amazing episode. That was nuts. Blue light, red light therapy, green light therapy. Guys, you got to look into this. And aside from looking into this, you guys got to go to Deplorable Nation, get some more doses of health tips and more informational, amazing episodes. Make sure you check her out. Janet, one more time where they can find you.
You can find Deplorable Nation podcast on every podcast platform or on Rumble. You can find Deplorable Janet on Instagram or Twitter at NoJanet, KNOW.
That's right. Make sure you check her out, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace. Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you.